Oh, finally found the right screen. I've got that many screens on here. I've got my microphone up. Look, I'm like a top DJ. Welcome to Radio 2. Needs to be over there a bit. That's better. I've decided I'm going to rewick my Alberich. So I just thought I'd show you how to do it. I don't know if anybody's ever seen... Oops. Good job you weren't watching that one. You'll always see sick. I don't know if anybody's ever seen one of these before. I can't remember where I got them from, to be honest, but I'm sure I'll remember. I got them. They're a 4mm tank. They're a cracking tank, to be honest. I couldn't wick it for a start, but I was trying to remember the name of the... is he German? I remembered his name the other day and it's gone again. So good evening, everybody. There's only one person that we actually love in here, and that's Billy Lee. If you want to become a member, it's up to you, but we're thinking, to be honest, I don't know how much longer we're going to last here. There's nothing to review. So I've pinned my other channel at the top if you want to see me on a regular basis. I've been pumping some stuff out on there. I've ordered some stuff off Temu the other day just to compare it to normal stuff. I ain't really got a lot to review, to be honest, and I'm not really buying anything. It seems to have gone off a little bit since the government decided it hated us all. I seem to have lost a bit of interest. I'll get this right in a minute. If it's buzzing and cracking, I'm sorry. I've been buying a new cab this week, so I've got to go test drive that tomorrow. It's finally come from one place to another because it was in a different depot, and they're bringing it over tomorrow. So I'm going to go and have a test drive of that. I've just finished work. I actually decided to work tonight instead of doing the show, and it went a bit quiet at sort of just before 10, so I thought there's no point in sitting here anymore. So I've come home, and then I actually rewicked this once and then realised I put the wrong liquid in it. So I thought, well, it needs doing again. I might as well go show it to a few other people. Sexiest voice on YouTube. It's this mixer. It really is. It's genuinely this mixer. If you meet me in real life, I sound like a 12-year-old girl. So I can't really do an unboxing on that, but I'll show you what's in the box and that. The other week I did this and I couldn't work out why you I actually locked the screens. That's why it wouldn't. Shall I put myself in the middle? At least you won't be able to see me. You'll be able to hear me, but not see me. There I am. No, it's not in the right place. Let's move me. I don't know why you can't make it round, to be honest. It'd be a lot easier. Make it a bit smaller. We'll say hello to you all in a minute. I've just been watching a young lady on TikTok before I went live. All done up to the nines. I'll tell you what, they know what they're doing, don't they? Send us a gift and I'll say hello. Now this is the box for the gunmetal one. Warning, Mick is too loud for your speakers. Am I really too loud? It's not topping out on the... Well, maybe a little bit. Ian Covenant, good evening. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you for ages. So let's go down the chat. Good evening, James. Nice to see you. BBG, good to see you, mate. Billy Lee, we love you. Nice to see you. Country Boy, nice to see you as well. Just Josh, what was you the other week? Rubber Tires. I can't think what it was called the other week, but obviously you got out of that predicament because you're back. That's all the same. Metal Vape, nice to see you, buddy. Neil Pitts, lovely to see you. And Ian Covenant, nice to see you, mate. Oh, it's Scuba what was saying that. Yeah, it's always too much work, mate, isn't it? It's always too much work to do. See if I can manage not to be crotch cam. You don't want to see my... there we go. The Alberich 2 mouth to lung RTA. Savour the taste. So I say it's got a 4 millimeter tank on it. And you genuinely don't have to fill this up very much at all. I vape all day in the cab and I think I'm going to have to fill it up once, whereas the other ones I've been using for years were only 2 mil. And you'd be riding around in the dark, chugging away, and then all of a sudden, you used to get dry it and think, oh yeah, remember now it's only 2 mil. Might be a bit damp in here because I've just washed it out. But we'll just show you what comes in the box when you get it. Because I can't remember. Oh, it's from Vapefly. You get a spare glass tube. Some new O-rings. Lots and lots of new O-rings. That's not a bad spares package, that, or is it really? It's just about enough to cover all of them. And you've also got the airflow what would you call them, pins? I have it nearly set it at the top one. I don't know if my getting a bit of glare off that bag. All those different airflow pins. I was going to say I have mine nearly set at the top, but looking at these, I probably don't because it's a lot bigger. I might actually change it. You do reduced direct to long. I might give it a look. I can't remember where I got it from, but if you Google it, it comes up. I would imagine it's the one that's got one at the end, to be honest. I don't think they were massively expensive. So they put you a little bit of 5-volt cotton in there and a couple of springs. Let me see if I'll get it to focus. I might have the exposure a bit bright. We'll see if it'll do it. They look more like that real thin stuff, don't they? Well, I didn't put that in there. I can assure you I haven't put them in there. It might be worth trying, though, just to give them a go. And obviously that little T-piece screwdriver that seems to turn up in everything. And there's even you'll see when I take it apart, there's a little, that's that weave. Let me just take this down a bit, see if it'll work. Sometimes you get a bit of glare on it and it don't work. There you go. That's the little piece where you shove your bottle through, so it's got little sort of flaps on there to, I don't know what it stops it doing, because it obviously spilling back out again, but probably helps with airlock or something like that. So where's old Woody's atomizer, bless him? Atomizer stand, should I say. So, if you're not vaping the fluids, why not? There was a cracking idea, these, for to send out to reviewers, because every time it's a bit too dark now, look. Just that bag that was setting it off. It's a bit of a basic downward camera. This was the stopper in the end of the 3 short fills they sent out. So that was a cracking idea, because anytime a reviewer does a build, chances are they will use this. I don't use the other one he sent out. He sent one out for the for Lou. Look at me, he didn't put that back. So let's take it apart. I'll put it on there first. No, I won't. I'll take it apart first. So things to watch out for with this are, you've got to make sure, give it a chance to focus. It doesn't do it when it's got e-liquid on it, but it does it when you've washed it. You've got to watch out for that O-ring, because it's, see if you can actually see the shape of the O-ring. It's got a shape to it. And if you don't actually manage to get that in the bottom of there, all the way around, then you will get, obviously it's leaking air, so you'll get gurgling on it. But I say, it doesn't do that when it's got e-liquid on it. When you actually take it apart when it's got e-liquid on it, there's no problem. Eventually it will focus. Now already in there installed, we've got the 0.5 Alien from the now defunct Proper Coils. My sort of standard mouth to lung. Now another thing, when you put this in, I'll just show you. Maybe. I don't know what it's focused on. There we are. Got to make sure you get right down to nearly taking the head off that screw with your snips. Otherwise it will short out. As you can see, I've got right close. It's a bit of a job. That is one thing that is a bit of a job. So if you decide that you don't like the airflow that you've got in, you simply put a screwdriver inside there and pop that out and pop another one in. I can't see anything. My old eyes cannot see anything written on them, to be honest. So it's just a bit... probably if somebody else's eyes might be able to see what it says. The amount of things as you get older that you pick up on numerous occasions, and then one day you just pick it up with your specs on and realise it's actually got words written on it, is unbelievable. Obviously, if you were going to use this on a mech, on a hybrid mech, because you could do, little 18650 mech, that 510 pin is nice and protruding. I don't know how many of these are made. I'd never even heard of them, and I can't even remember how I did. But as soon as I spotted them, I thought, I'm having some of that, because I like the drip tip. Just move that. I actually like the drip tip on it. It's one of those. So 4mm glass. And it's got that. That's like half a turn. That comes straight off. It is a bit wet. I've just washed it out. I think it's focusing on the table. So you shove your bottle through there. That's not adjustable. So your only real airflow adjustment is through that pin at the bottom. But it's a tiny piece of kit. Now, when I first got it, I'm going to be honest, I'm not the best wicker in the world. Recently, I've actually took a lot more interest in doing it to make things. I'm using things now that I've had for quite a few years. And always thought I couldn't wick. But the idea is, find something to point with. Hello, Connor, are you alright? Nice to see you. The idea is, obviously it goes through the coils, and then down there, that's not really maybe it's slightly receded. It's not really, it's nearly flat. But you want your cotton to touch flat on there. And you need to have enough cotton. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. That'd be the easiest way of doing that. But as you can see, it's a smart bit of kit, and it wasn't very expensive. I've got the black and the other one's gunmetal, I think. So anybody else? Faxig, we love you. Said hello to Ian, didn't we? Anybody else? Not many in. Not many in. So if you'd like to click on that link at the top and follow me on my other channel and look at me review other things. I finally decided it's time to do something properly on that other channel, because if I put anything on here, they immediately demonetize it because it's a vape channel. So rather than arguing with them, I've already got a channel with like nearly 400 subs. Well, it's actually got 410 now because I've done a bit of work on them. People are starting to follow. So I might as well just create another channel and keep them completely separate. Just to give you an idea, 52,000 views on a Vaperesso device gets you 19 pence when it's demonetized. The same, the base rate, if you got 52,000 views and it was monetized, the absolute least you'd get would be 52 quid. And the thing is, when you're doing these things, you might as well get paid, isn't it? So pop up and give me a sub. Yeah, it was a nice touch from Fluid. It was a cracking idea, wasn't it, really? It was, you know, obviously you need an end on a box, so you might as well have an end on a box with your own name on it. And then when anybody does a build, it's there, isn't it? So, doesn't do a thing. I've got the old Legend out. If you can see it up there, still on my Posh Vape view. Again, we are sponsored by Ian over at CC Coils, but we don't see him very often. And I don't know anybody that's bought any yet, but if you want to use Bill 10 when you pop over, he'll give you 10% off. The only thing is, obviously all mine are full, because for quite some time John sponsored us, so all mine are full of John's coils, and they last. It's a bit like the everlasting light bulb. They last forever. So, you know, you never know when I'm going to need some more. And I got a load in the fire sale as he packed up. Let's make sure I've got the right thickness. When I first started with these, I wasn't putting the right thickness in. And even though it's a top airflow, it was just drowning itself because there wasn't enough cotton in there. So one day I actually sat there and I must have rewicked it 4 times, and because you always think, oh, if I put too much in, it's going to dry it. And then I hit the sweet spot on it. For the Connors of you, this is cotton bacon. Why can't it see me? Oh, there. to be about, I think it's that. You can always take some off when you put it in. That's a bit thick at the end to go through. It's not straight, is it? That's it. That's not doing that any favours, is it? I think I ought to put that mat on here, really. It's focusing on the table. Right, that'll calm it down. See if it does it now. Probably covered in VGPG as well. How is everyone doing? Hope you all is well. Fabulous. I had a decent day today as well. Right, I've lost my cotton. I found it easy to just use these little nail scissors for this because I use it to poke it down the sides as well. I will remember that guy's name. I think he's from the UK. But he's got a heavy accent. DJ LSB. There you go. He does all this mouth to lung and tobacco style stuff. I don't know whether it's not want to go through. The other thing is when you've got old and tired eyes, looking at something as small as this from a foot away doesn't really work. Right, I'm just going to get this cotton through here. Otherwise it will be a wild Christmas. There we are. There we go. Secret is you cut it off by about there. It's always easier when you know, before you, I'll show you. If you do it too long, you can always pull some back in, can't you? There. So make a dent in it. Away we go. Then pull that camera over here. It's not organised. You may think it's quite a lot. And obviously with it being cotton, it is quite springy. There is a secret to this. You're just shoving as much as you can. Hey, let me just show you this e-liquid. This one's for Billy Lee. It's got attitude. I only made it last week. Basically, it's a one-shot. It's from Mullenbury. And from what I can remember, it's a bit trifly. And the other one, I mixed another one up. And I didn't read the thing properly, so I ended up putting licorice in it. So if you've ever had a licorice trifle, I'm presuming that's what that's going to taste like. That's what you do, is you just wet it. And then it will go to where you want it to. And stay there. Now, if they made the juice well, or made a little dip at the bottom of the deck, it would have stopped that coming out. So basically, that's what it looks like when it's in. I ain't getting enough at the bottom. I'm just going to do it so I can see it. It needs to look a bit like that. So let's do the other side. Reminds me of wicking the Watofo Serpent Mini. Now, I've never tried to wick one of them. So this, well, I mean, there's only certain ways of doing stuff, isn't there? Well, there's, you know what I mean? So most tanks are based on something. I think that's a bit thick, to be fair. I'm just going to rake that out a bit. Otherwise, it's going to be sticking out. Wants a bit more off it. Welcome to the Fingers Show. Right. And same again. Still might want a bit more of it, yeah. I quite like having this microphone here. It's slightly too long, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. So again, we'll put some on there and make it stay in. If I want doing this on the camera, I can do it in about 2 or 3 minutes now. There you go. The idea being, this then fits over the top. And there's your airflow there. So that's basically, when you get it together, what it looks like. So if you don't get enough cotton in there, you soon know about it, because it just floods. And every time you take a bash on it, it just gurgles. And again, when you take the top off to refill it, it'll do it. Now, odd times, you will get a little bit of that. As the cotton's getting ready for changing and it's breaking down, you will get a little bit of gurgle after a hot fill. But certainly not as often as you do if you don't put enough cotton in it. Obviously then, chimney just screws on there. Look at that. They've even made it so the chimney lines up with the Alberich. I can't remember what Alberich meant. It's an old Scottish word, isn't it? This is 50-50 liquid. I did try it with 70-30, and it did do it, but it was a bit thick for it. But it would have maybe been better. Here we go. These bottles are shit. Well, just in from work. In from work? You've been a nights, man. Unless you're doing some sort of dodgy night work. Let me just fill this up. Do it that way. It's only 50-50 liquid. These are terrible. I've been buying bottles off Amazon, and they weren't the cheapest things in the world. Somebody says, I think it was Benny. Benny's bloody money-saving ideas. You want to go on iBottle. So I get these, and you can never get the bloody juice out of them. So if you're a mixer, don't bother. Not this particular style, anyway. The crap. Here we go. I've shoved the tweezers down it. And that's what it looks like. Now, when he said don't ever fill it right up to the top, but if you manage to get it wick right, you can actually fill it up to the top, and it doesn't seem to bother it, to be honest. But it's like anything, into when you get anything new, you've got to learn how it works. They're all individual. Now, when you get it, when you install it on the device, when you've had a couple of chugs, you look round and there's a single bubble starts coming up from the back. That's when you know you're on point. You watch, it'll dry it like a bitch now because you're all watching. So I'll just run this at 23 watts. It didn't seem to be... I've always run the other tanks at 22 watts. But this needed 23 watts to actually make it crackle. It's just got a little bit of gurgling there because that's obviously what I put on the coils. I've never got the crackle yet. I'm going to have to reduce the cotton as it goes through the coils to actually get it to crackle. Let me just put this upwards camera on and I'll see if I can show you it wicked. Look at that. I might order one of these. Yeah. There you go, it's going now. If it's going to do it. Maybe I haven't used it enough yet. They must have been on a deal. Because I ended up with 2 in quick succession and then never really used them. I actually put them on top of the what do they call them? That I can never remember the name of. My memory. There you go, it's going now. It is fairly restricted. I'm going to look through the box again and put a slightly bigger airflow pin in it. As you can see, it's decent clouds, more of a reduced direct to lung than a mouth to lung. Well, you don't know anything, Space Turtle, so thanks for sharing. You just don't like anything what says reek at the end of it. There you go. I got the bubble then. Yeah. It's just gone up. So. Wicking like a champ. One draw, one bubble. I'm not doing that wavy thing with my hand. We'll get a strike. This juice wants, I don't know, it seems to want a bit more flavour in it. It's not pumping as yet. Might have been better in a mix for a... I didn't check it up, did I? So I'm probably just vaping Nick out the top. I said, I use it in the cab all day. I've got 2. I charge them both up. And I'll take one out for a couple of days and then I'll take the other one out. But this one in Rewicking tonight. And so I rewicked it and filled it with the tobacco juice I've got in the other one. So I thought I might as well do it. And I might as well show you lot. Cracking device. So they are a good price as well. They're not expensive. So I'd have a go. If you're into your mouth to lung vaping, I'd have a go. Right, just go down this chat again. And I'm not going to stop much longer. Because I've only just got in from work and it was only just something to put on the channel. I don't like to leave you all wanting. I'm holding just Josh. Yeah, not for me. If you can do reduce that to long, I might have a look. Yeah, well, yeah. We can go and have a look at them pins again without a lot of trouble. You saw the one I've got in there. Let me just get these out and then I'll put the camera down and just show you the pins. They are very, 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 very small. And a little bit awkward to mess about with. And I've got hands like shovels. So if I don't see 350, another 50 subscribers on that channel, I'll be very disappointed. Does anybody actually use it? Oh no, I ain't got the camera down. Hang on. Noob. Has anybody actually ever used these? I've never used them. This camera is an old dear. Handy like, I suppose. I'd chuck them in the car. start taking your dashboard to bits when it's rattling. So I finally give up the ghost on the old Ford. Spending an arm and leg a month on repairing it. I've got it actually going so it's perfect. And I've took it and traded it in. Yeah, that's twice the size of the one I've got in. I don't know if that would offer enough restriction for me. Well, that's even bigger, I think. See if I can see if it'll focus on them. I can't imagine it will. It may be. Come on. They seem very similar size, don't they? That one there is probably slightly smaller. And you get these ones. That's about the size I've got in, I think, or maybe a bit bigger. That one's teeny weeny. That would be I think we're expecting too much out of a book reader. No, we're not. That one's quite teeny weeny. That'd be like sucking an apple up a nose pipe, that one. That one. So there's no other way of restricting the airflow. There's no adjustment on the top of it. So it has to be as it comes out the bottom. See, they seem very similar size, don't they, those? It's hard to tell which one's the biggest. I think that one's the smallest. That one's slightly bigger. But from what I can see, there's absolutely no... See if it'll focus on it. Move them. I can't actually see any numbers on there to tell you what they are. Just a bit second guess. Nothing. So that's what it is. So it's a decent tank. I'd have a go at it. Well, I did. I was hoping to change tanks. I've been using the other one forever. They're way too small for your eyesight to deal with. Yeah, well, I tend when you're doing this, obviously I'm very 58 this year, and my eyesight's not amazing at all. And I do. It's very difficult to do it because if I put my proper reading glasses on that I really need, I need to put my head down near the table, and so I try and use these. So that's why sometimes I'll just pick it up and move it towards me because I just can't see to put it through. So Vape finds Lindworm is decent, but the tank shield on there is a crime. Well, yeah, it is what it is. I don't think it was very expensive. I can't even remember how much it was. Billy Lee will tell you. Just don't say where to get it from. I think they're just over 20 quid, 25 quid, something like that. And they do feel really sort of that you've got to the higher end. 26 quid, there you go. You know, the box is, as you're taking it out of the box, it does feel pretty high end. And so there's masses of spares in there. So it can't be a bad deal at that, I would have thought. So we'll just have another 5 minutes and have a little chat to you. And then I'm going to get off and drink my tea. Back at work together again tomorrow. Fagan is on nice and early tonight, 10:45. Well, we'll be off before then. Obviously, they've changed their clocks, haven't they? So that's why he's on nice and early. He's usually on at 1:45, though, isn't he? They haven't changed him 2 hours. He's just decided he wants to come on a bit earlier. That's it. I think we've answered everybody. Plus, he wants another hour. I want another hour. Why is that? Trying to make? Is he charging by the hour now? I'm still using that mod I got. Well, I won off him. I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, hour early money on Friday. Right. Is he going off an hour earlier then, or is he just having an extra hour? See, cracking. As you can hear, it's not drying cotton out either. I've got it just where it needs to be. It did take a bit of doing. Probably people that can wick better than me wouldn't. Same one's just early. That'll stop him going have a scuba then. We do get a couple of weeks, don't we? Green's on earlier, obviously, because they've changed the clocks. So you do get a couple of weeks where, if you want to watch the full Green show, you can get to bed early. There you go. You can see me Mickey Love now, look. So, that's it. That's the Vape Fly Alberich 2. I can't... Victor, it's a Scottish word, an old Scottish word, I think, from what he was saying. And they probably named it after Vic. And he did actually say what it was. It might have been him that did the review in it. I can't remember who did the review. But I just like the look of the tank, especially with the 4mm. You don't, sometimes with the taller tanks, you lose a lot of the flavour, but this one's good. So I did try it with the 70-30 e-liquid, and it wasn't too bad. But it wasn't that good either. Good evening. $24.99. Good evening, Cloud Chucker, a member for 8 months. We love you. Good evening, Benny Vapes. We love you too, even though you're not a member. Tight ass. Benny ought to put his membership on, didn't he, really? Vapefly made those devices in collaboration with the German 103, which is no more. So they have all German names. So Victor didn't tell me the truth then. You could tell it's German, with the end of the word, can't you, really? Anyway, I've got to go because I've got nothing else to tell you about. So we'll catch you all very soon. Thank you very much for popping in. So we're not on next Monday. It's the lovely Lou's birthday. She's 41, so we're going to make a big fuss of it and go out for a meal and have a lovely time. So we'll catch you soon. Hopefully I'll get on next. Yeah, I am blaming you for shite bottles. You said you want to go on iBottle and buy them bottles because they're a lot cheaper and they're shite. So it's your fault. It's completely your fault. These are down to you. So if I was going to the expo, I'd wrap them all up and give them to you and force you to squeeze it out and go all over your desk. Yeah, he was late, yeah, but we'll let you off because we love you. All right, we'll catch you all soon. If I can actually find out to get out of here. There it is. No, it's not. There it is. Thank you very much. Catch you soon. Bye-bye. I need to change that outro because it's still got FG24 on it. And if anybody knows what that means, catch you later. Bye.